What's going on, my Homo sapiens? Today, I am all out of original content. So, we're gonna be doing durability test on the Z. What we're actually doing today is we're gonna be installing these gauges right here. So the worst part about this installation is not gonna be doing any of the work. It's actually that I'm wearing joggers in Texas and I'm sweating. It's so fucking hot. I've had these gauges installed for pretty much the entirety of the build, but they just have not been installed.
What?
They've been sitting here, okay? Well, let's just go with that. They've been sitting there, not attached, not running to anything. If any of you guys who have 370s who are boosted, you know that having these mounted here are like kind of a mission. There's a guy on Instagram, I don't know why I'm taking these off. He goes by whatever name that I'm putting at the bottom of the screen right now. He actually makes a bracket to hold whatever gauge type you have. As you can see here, mine are AEM. And the nice thing, let me clarify real quick. I started putting gauges in before I even heard about his bracket. His bracket, if you have damaged ones like mine, there should be like a little notch here that will clip into his bracket to hold these on. I don't have that, so a lot of the aesthetic pieces I need to replace on this. The thing mounts up like OEM. It's solid. So, my mission for today, well, not today because I got work in an hour, so through the power of editing, it'll be today. So the mission for today, I do want to get boost hooked up because boost should be the easiest one. There's a port in the turbo housing itself that I should be able to run it to if my math is correct. So we'll try that. AFR, I'm not sure where to hook that up to, and oil pressure, I think I might have to go get an oil pan spacer. We'll have to see with oil pressure. Or the most important one, I don't even have hooked up. I didn't really think this through. I just kind of woke up today thinking what bullshit content I could push out and hopefully it sticks because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, yeah, let's get started. So this is the only place I'm going to be able to get light. I've been a little busy. It's currently not daytime, and I think last time I remember I said I was going to hook up my boost gauge to the turbo. That was really stupid. Don't do that. So running all the wires right now. You want to focus, buddy? So running all the wires right now, and just because I'm here, said I was gonna hook up the boost, whatever thingy that fucking measures the boost. I'm blanking on it, it's like 2 in the morning right now. Said I was gonna hook it up to the turbo. I have a vacuum block right here. So what that does, there's a main line that goes into the manifold and supplies vacuum to all these ports. What I'm gonna do, either you can use that port right here, or I got one more right there. So I was just gonna get one of those little nipples in the non-sexual kind of way. And then I'm gonna get a vacuum line and run it, just so it's more hidden, so it looks a little cleaner. In the meantime, so how I'm running these, I really need to get a better light. How I'm running these is I'm going through my air cabin filter area. Now, there's probably a better way to do this if I took off the dash, but I'm not gonna do that, so I'm gonna do it this way because I'm a professional. So those are gonna be ran through there, and then these wires are what goes to all the necessary locations. As you can see here, kind of a mess, but they're all running through, coming up through here and into the gauges. And they all turn on. All right, so I said I wanted to do this all in one go. There's one thing though, the AFR gauge needs to have a port or a bung put into the turbo manifold. I want to get the turbo manifold redone. I'm not too happy with how it turned out. The tolerances suck, the pipes hang low, turbo hangs low, I can't even run a filter on it. So I'm gonna get that redesigned and I'm gonna have them throwing a bung that way. In the meantime, I'm just not gonna install the AFR. I'm gonna run the boost and oil pressure, but AFR is gonna be taken off for now until I get the pipe made up. It's just costs money and I don't have money. So yeah, we're just gonna leave that for funsies, I guess. Premise will be the same. Any of you guys watching this at home, it's all the same. Now I'm gonna go sort through this freaking mess and put this all back together and make this look clean. And then I gotta go in the engine bay and tuck those wires somewhere where they're not gonna get messed up. Well, it's daytime now, so we can actually see. Just do a recap. So, I have all the wires loosely ran. Looks like shit, probably because it is. I have it running through the air cabin filter space right there, and it's gonna be coming in. I put everything back together. I have everything coming in through the dash and then up into the gauges. So everything's good for power. Now we're just running all the sensors so the gauges could sense.
Yeah.
Right now I'm working on boost because that should be the easiest. Here is the boost line. I said I was gonna run it to the turbo earlier. I don't know why, that was kind of stupid. So instead, I decided to actually do it correct and I'm running it into my vacuum block there. Now, if you guys don't know what a vacuum block is, what it is a block for vacuum. How it works is we are supplying the main vacuum through this line from the manifold. It goes directly into here. And then you got all these other ports that could tap into to supply vacuum that way. So I'm gonna use this one to supply for my boost gauge. Now I'm gonna wait to hook up the AFR just because I wanna get a new turbo manifold made. I'm not really too happy with how this one turned out. The tolerances suck, the turbo hangs too low. I can't even run a filter on this thing. Yeah, it's not the best. So I'm gonna get a new turbo manifold made, then put in the bung for that. It's such a weird word, bung. I'm a fucking child. So yeah, once the new manifold goes on, then I'll run that. In the meantime, I'll just keep my AFR put into here just because it should be good from the elements. And here's my oil pressure sensor. Now it's missing the port for it that's inside. Not quite too sure on how to hook this up. I know some people say just to hijack from the original one, which means sure, I'd have to get a fitting for that. Or I could tap into the oil cooler return. We'll see. Just because I want to keep the OEM one just in case if the oil pressure does drop, I get a check engine light. Not necessary. We'll figure it out. Let's start the car. See if I could pull a... Yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Woo, full boost. It's showing 14 pounds though. I don't think that's correct. Because if we go on here, now, I didn't know that this app would display gauges. If I did know, I probably wouldn't have done this. But they look cool though. Let's see, dashboard. Yeah, I'm pulling negative 10 pounds. That's showing 20 pounds. Or is that negative? Yeah, okay, that's negative 20. Still, why is that reading way different? Maybe because the length of the hose is too long? We're gonna end it at this video. I mean, it's pretty straightforward that it's already ran, you know? I just need to hook up the sensors and put it in. I think I'm gonna just tap it to the OEM port just because I really don't have much length to get to the oil cooler. So I think I'm gonna run it down there and tap into the OEM oil pressure sensor. And then AFR's simple. Just run the wire, put it to the new turbo manifold. I have it cleaned up. I still have it running from the air cabin filter section. It's tucked under the rubber right here. And then you can see the line running down under the charge pipe, up and into the vacuum block. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I got the cover for it. It looks like a mess, but it works. Whenever I get some free time, I want to clean up these lines so you can make them look pretty. Now, I know in the video I said I was gonna run all the gauges, but there's so many, well, not so many, but there's a few parts that I do need. It's just gonna take longer than I want for the video to come out, but you know, the lines are ran. Everything's ran. It shows you how to do it. I got power going to the gauges. Really, it's just putting the sensors on. And as far as like parts, that manifold that I want to get redone, it's gonna be like $2,000. And that's gonna take a while to get fabricated. So I think I'm gonna just call it out here. You know, 1 out of 3 ain't bad. You know, the motto I live by is not good, but it's good enough. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now that the car's running good, move to Texas. Maybe I could find some cool cars to do some content with. And I really don't know how to end this video. So anyway, peace. As I was saying earlier, I know I ended the video too, but I have other points I want to make. That's showing 20, and I was comparing it to the Ecotech app, and it's showing -10. I think that's just maxed out, so it can't sense any lower, which would make sense because it's just 10 ... It's not changing, where this is changing. I don't think that the hose running into the sensor is going to hold, just because the barb is like too small of a diameter to get a good grip on it. I got a zip tie on it. I'm gonna run to the department store and get a hose clamp if it pops off. Nah, I think I'm gonna just do it regardless. All right.